page, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there it is.
Yeah, Con, we are.
Come on. All right, good. All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Come on, we're the brothers from the GMS Atlanta Church. I'm the brother Kashikwala,
I'm the brother Zakaria.
And the brother Rock.
giving all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. And as you can see from today's title, is Satan's division in 2019. Okay, because a lot of things been happening. It's only been 4 days. Okay, especially with this government shutdown. The government shutdown started in what is that? December 22nd.
Con.
So it's been like 13 days, something like that.
14.
And, 14?
Mhm.
Wow. It's been 2 weeks, you know, since the government has been shut down. And you can see the division, especially after those elections, when a lot of Democrats won the seats and the offices of the House. So they're going to go strictly against what President Trump is pushing, you know. So that right there shows you a division in Esau's system and society. So without further ado, brother, you can go ahead and get that scripture. I think the Mark where it says Satan.
Con, I got you. This is Mark 3 and verse 26.
Yeah, 3 and 26. Lord.
Con. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end.
That's right. It says, and if Satan rise up against himself, and as you can see, this brother Zakari did videos. I've done videos on the division in the House. The House of Representatives is what I'm speaking about when I say House. In the House, and President Trump, you got even the government itself is divided. Well, you got the executive branch, the judicial branch, and the what's that? Legislative branch, the water. All right, so you got the Congress and the judges and then the president. Okay,
Yeah.
That's a division right there in itself. Then you divide it even more by having a Senate, and then you have the House of Representatives, and even within those, you have Democrats and Republicans.
Con.
Right.
That's a division right there. So reread that, brother.
Con, this is Mark 3 and verse 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided.
So hold that. We're gonna get the word divided
Con.
real quick. Let's see. Let me turn the volume up.
Strong's G 3307. Merizo.
Merizo in the Greek, and it means to divide, to separate into parts. And what we just explained with the Democrats, Republicans, the Senate, the House, the judge, the president, executive, judicial branch, that is separating something into parts, all right, into separate entities that have their own individual power. So of course things are going to butt heads because everybody wants the power. If Trump wants to go to war, who he has to go through? The Congress. If Congress says no, Trump can veto. That's a division right there. There is no type of equality or unity within that. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all brothers saying?
Con.
That's what the brother really going into. That's the system of checks and balances.
There you go, brother.
All right. You know, when the different governments or different parts of the government are, not totally in agreement on one particular subject, it just keep going back and forth, man, back and forth. That's that division, all right? And they say the system of checks and balances is put in place so that no one party is too powerful, okay? When all that causes is confusion. Somebody has to have the power, man. Somebody has to have the last say. Because if we just sitting here check and balancing, shit, we really not getting anything resolved, man. That's where that division comes in, man.
That's right.
Con, yeah, there's too many schisms, man. That's why this place is spiritually Babylon.
Yep.
A place of confusion.
Yep.
And that let us know too, America is just crumbling. How you gonna go against a power and you guys are just dividing against each other, man?
Right.
It's dumb.
They not even in agreement in their own kingdom.
Con.
Esau is just totally in disarray, man.
That's right. there's hella disobedience.
Right.
Because they try to run a democracy where they have the people have a say. Man, when Yahweh Shai come back, nah, bro, it's what I do, you do it. There's no questions asked.
Yeah.
That's the way you run a government.
That's right.
Okay? That's why the government of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to be established upon everything else, because it's going to be solidified.
That's right.
And there's going to be no, well, I think I should vote. No.
Fuck out of here, man.
Yahweh put up Yahweh Shai, then King David, then the 12, then the 1144. It's simple. You can't get down with it? You're probably heathen. You're going into slavery.
That's right.
But all the Israelites are gonna get down with it when everything is in peace and tranquility.
That's right.
Everybody gonna be down with it. Ain't gonna be no midterm elections, or a new elected president. No, it's gonna be Yahweh Shai forever and ever and ever, and the elect 144, the joint heirs forever and ever and ever. That's it. Easy money. It's going to be a sovereignty and it's going to be monarchy.
That's right.
Okay, because we're going to have a king.
That's a royal authority, man.
That's right, brother.
Straight to the point, one body. If you don't like it, death unto you, man.
That's right, brother.
That's order. That's order as well.
That's
all I had to say.
Come, brother. So to continue into this word marizo, which is divide, it says to separate into parts. The brothers beautifully broke it down into the checks and balances. It says to cut into pieces. Okay? Get 2nd Ezra 13 and 37. Alright? It says to divide in parties, which we talked about, which is the division of the you got Democrats, Republicans, libertarians or whatever.
Yeah.
And different type of party. There's like
different type of parties, yeah.
Other than Democrat and Republican, there's different types of parties.
Right.
But those are it says a divide into parties. It says be split into factions. Okay? So get that real quick.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 37. And this my son shall
Read verse 36 first.
Come. 2nd Ezra 13 and 36. And Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
That's right. So Zion, another word for Zion is Jerusalem. Okay? So that's when everything is when the smoke clears pretty much. Because when you read 2nd Ezra 13, there's a lot of mayhem going on with destruction, or with Yahweh Shai, destroying and cleansing this place. So there's with Zion coming down and being established, all that's going to happen afterwards. So keep going, brother.
Verse 37.
And Salakia, the reason why I want to bring this out, because the word divide, it says to cut in pieces. Go ahead.
Verse 37. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations.
There you go. So hold that. This my son shall rebuke the wicked invention of these nations. So he's going to cut those things into pieces. Okay? What wicked inventions? The invention of democracy.
Yep.
Okay? They're inventions of philosophy and also the RFID chip, so on and so forth. These things are going to be broken into pieces and divided and not dispersed, Salakia, totally obliterated.
That's right.
Okay? And there's going to be no more of it. All right? So you can just finish it out and we can finish Mark and y'all brothers get your precepts.
Which is for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
That's right. That tempest is those laser beams. Is that it on 37?
That's it.
Okay, come on. Go ahead, brother. Mark 3:26.
Come on. So like
You do it, brother. So we went into the word division. We understand that Satan is going to come up against himself. And this is another thing we got to understand. Satan is doing his job.
Right.
Okay? He's doing his job in making the white man, the self-proclaimed white man, who are biblically known as the Edomites, so we get edification out there.
Right.
They like to, Esau's getting real petty now. Y'all brothers know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's getting real petty. So we understand that Satan's doing his job in dividing that particular race of people. Okay? And we understand what the word divide means, or divided. It means to set against or to separate and cut into pieces. All right, so keep going, brother.
Con, this is Mark 3 and verse 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end.
That's right. He cannot stand but have the end. That's right. Even when we read 2 Ezra 13, it says he's going to bring an end to those wicked inventions. Okay? So if it's even to bring it to a small example of a household. You got a mom and a dad and 2 children. If the mom and the dad are fighting and butting heads, that relationship can't stand.
That's right.
Therefore, it's going to have it's going to be a division.
Yeah.
It's going to cut into pieces. Things are going to go bad. And then now you got joint custody. You got to go to the judge. It's all jacked up.
Yeah.
That's what's happening in the Edomite system right now.
Con.
Y'all brothers got it.
And if I can say too, that's why the government is shut down too. You know, there's not one plan. You know, they're not going by one plan, one flow. Too many divisions, too many confusions. So Trump was like, "Hey man, I'm just shut this place down." And the cost of it getting shut down. Now look at the results of it. You know, people are working without pay. What people you said earlier, brother? What people ain't gonna get their tax return. So the Lord is actually just setting everything up, man. You know, it's here. You know.
That's right. You got precepts, brothers?
Come on, I got you.
Come on.
Go to it real quick.
Everything is going according to Yahweh Shai's plans. The Lord in the other dimension is right now. I got something. You know?
What you just read in Mark 3,
26.
26.
Can we
Yeah.
just say it's fighting against Satan?
Yeah, because if you read a script above that, it says, and if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand.
That's
And
right.
that's what we're seeing. Okay?
God.
You got the precept?
Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 4.
Come on, brother.
And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grounding is low, and he shall rise. Salakia. Technology, man. I'm gonna just reread it. Ecclesiastes 12 and 4.
Slocky, brother, start at 3.
3.
Read
Come.
verse 3.
Come. This is verse 3. And in that day, when the keepers of the house shall tremble,
When the keepers of the house will tremble, go ahead.
and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease.
There goes another scripture speaking about economic collapse.
Come
No
on.
work. When the grinding ceases, keep going, brother.
Because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
And those that look out of the window be darkened. So that again, that's another indication that this thing is going to go down. So keep going into your precept, brother.
Come. And the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grounding is low.
That's right.
And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And that's what we're slowly seeing on the low level, you know, where people are working without pay. The grinding is low at that point for them. That's just a low level, you know. But they have to keep doing their job. If not, that's where you get that what? 2 Ezra 15, man. Sedition against men.
Yeah.
That's gonna cause sedition, you know. Just imagine you working real hard for yourself and your kids, you know, your family, so to speak, and you can't get no pay for it. You can't get no food now, none of that. So that's gonna rouse some people up if the shutdown continues to continue, you know. But that's all I had on that.
That's right. It's gonna rile people up, man. People gonna get mad because they can't get their 401k got froze, and they can't go to the bank and get $20 out their bank account because they acting like they got money in there. Everybody broke. Stop it. And ain't nobody can get their they refund check. So yeah, bitch, you ain't getting your Brazilian wage. You gonna be looking busted. Okay, you niggas ain't gonna get 28-inch rims on your stupid Camaros anymore. All right, I had to say that because I hate that car. All right, it's a personal problem. All right, but you know, just to get back on topic, hey man, I got this U.S. debt clock up right now. Ooh. It's at 21 trillion. Oh, 21.9. So that means it's about to be 22 trillion, and it's steadily going up. And counting. So we can get back into it, but this is the Georgia since we're here in Atlanta.
This
is the Georgia debt, okay? It's 61 trillion dollars in debt.
Man.
In in-state revenue, meaning what the state makes, is $64 trillion, and what it spends is $85 trillion. Don't make any sense. All right, go ahead, brother.
You got it, bro.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Come on, man. And let's get that word on sedition right quick. I'm going to online etymology.
I got you, bro.
Oh, you got it? All right, come on. Can you reread that, Babakar Shah?
I got it right here.
Well, you can read that first.
This is a sedition in onlineetymology.com. It says a rebellion, mid-14th century rebellion, uprising, revolt, concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority, violent strife. You say
Kind of, yeah, you know, that's going to cause people to get violent, man. Especially, Jay, I ain't getting my tax return. The little $300, $500 they get. Man, they're gonna go buck wild out here, man. You know, some people get that though. You know, I'm just But yeah, man, you know, they ain't gonna get that little money, man. They're gonna go buck wild.
Yeah, they ain't gonna get it, man.
Uprising, you know, there's gonna be a lot of uprising of different wars. You know, people are gonna be like, man, fuck the government.
That's right.
And what the hell going on?
That's right.
You know, I got kids. Or they've been trying to save up for the $800 Jordans they're trying to get, $700 Jordans they're trying to get. You know, going off.
That's right.
You can reread that, Babakar Shah.
This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 16. It says, for there shall be addition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power.
Yeah, so they're gonna go against the higher ups, man. They're gonna try to take them down. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be Jake, you know, that's saying fuck 12, you know, and a lot of them gonna be saying fuck the government. Once again, they're gonna be trying to go against the higher power, so to speak, that's above them.
That's right.
But that's all I have right now.
It's just to keep going in that word sedition. It says violent strife between two factions. And what did we just read that in? The word divided. In Mark 3:26, it says be split into factions. So even the people, once they can't get their money back because the government's still shut down, we're on day 14. And it started in 2018. That was the second government shutdown of 2018. And it loomed over to 2019. People are gonna go crazy. They're gonna split into each other's factions. This is going back to Matthew the 24th chapter. Nation shall rise against nation. They're gonna go to the prospective homes, quote unquote. Okay? White people or Edomites gonna click up with Edomites, Ishmaelites with Ishmaelites, Israelites with Israelites.
Right.
Okay? And they're gonna not regard the kings and princes like the brother briefly brought out. Meaning their governors, their mayors, their governors, their senators. Forget that. I can't eat. I can't drink. I can't take a shower. I don't care what legislation y'all pushed out. I'm going to get it how I live. That's pretty much what a sedition is. You know? Y'all brothers got it.
I got a quick precept because the brothers Zakaria brought out, you know, how the grinding, you know, shall cease. This is 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. And the brother Kasquala went into that word till, you know, right before we cut on the camera. It means to labor. Okay? So there's not gonna be any work, man. When you niggas that's used to pushing 60 to 70 hours a week, you know, just to make ends meet, and now you can't go to work to make those ends meet. Hey, it's gonna be an uproar of the people, man. Because if you wanna upset or get anybody roused up, what they say, hit them in the pockets. All right, when that money stop coming in, you know that these people glorify and are so cultivated in. When that stops, man, hey, Jake will go all out, man.
Because Jake loves money.
Yes,
Look at him today.
they'll do anything.
They'll do
for it.
anything for the bag.
Get that. I think it's intended for the love of money
Yeah,
is the root of all evil.
right.
Said, and what
I think it's intended.
Yeah.
Well, I got the word till for you. Though.
Oh, yeah, break it out. Bible shot.
Come
Yeah.
on. The word till.
I don't want to butcher it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, come on. The word till is a verb. It says cultivate land.
Yeah.
Okay, plow. Late 14th century from the Old English tilling.
Mm-hmm.
Cultivate, tend, work at,
Right.
get by labor.
Yeah. So when that come to an end, man, you think, you know, you not being able to get your tax return is something, because, you know, Jake's used to, you know, thinking on the fly and, you know, thinking of ways to go around it. But it ain't gonna be no way around it after a while.
First Timothy 6.
Yeah, I got
It ain't gonna be no way around it, man. You know, Jake like to finesse. Oh, that little refund ain't coming. I ain't whoop, whoop, whoop. No,
Ain't gonna be no more scheming.
none of that.
Going to the bank using false identity. You know, ain't gonna be none of that. But this is on 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, it says for the love of money. Okay, to put emphasis on it, because the scripture tell you that money is a defense. All right, and that's the only thing you should be actually looking for that money to do. But once you put your love and your trust and your all be all into it, okay, that's when it becomes corrupt and evil.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro.
Which while some coveted after,
Mm-hmm.
they have erred from the faith.
Yeah, because they putting all they time and energy into getting that bag, man. All right.
And pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Yeah, and they end up fucking themselves over at the end of the day.
That's right.
Because they too busy and gun-ho on chasing that bag, man.
Hitting licks, doing dumb shit, getting behind bars, and now they rocking back and forth, crying and stuff, man.
Yeah, if I could say too, I was going through some articles of the local news. Man, it was this Jake. Man, this Jake lost his life, man, over, you know, the tip jars that they keep in front of the restaurant. He snatched it and ran out the store, man, and ultimately killing himself. Over $100 in a tip jar, man. So if that's going on right now and all hell hasn't broken loose, what the hell you think gonna happen in that day?
Especially, and then you add on top of that, people can't eat,
Mm-hmm.
don't have a place to lay their head.
Right.
It's about to get real out
It's gonna
here
get crazy.
very quickly.
Mhm.
And that's another thing I just want to emphasize, because a lot of brothers, even in videos and even in our chat between GMS Atlanta, it's gonna get real. You got to believe that. It's about to get real hectic out here. And you have to prepare yourself spiritually first off and mentally to see these things and actually might have to partake in these things.
That's right.
Okay? Because some brothers are going to have to partake in these things just for them to build their faith at an exponential rate. If it's not where it needs to be, the Lord's going to try. You have to mentally prepare yourself for the things that are about to come. And God dang it, I'm speaking as a man. I can see that happening in 2019. Just this is the 4th day, and things are acting up.
Points are still dropping.
Points are still dropping. What did it drop, like 600 a day?
Yup.
You know, it's gonna hit below 21. Last year it hit 20. In December it hit 21, which was the lowest it's been for a while. You know, they hit it in last year in 2018. The Dow hit its highest pinnacle point at 26,000. Okay, and it was 26, and then it dropped almost 5,000 points in 1 month. So if the same things is gonna go on in 2019, and it's the 4th day, year of Karavna. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all really got it.
And for you to think that the way this place headed, that it's gonna go on a lot longer, is you naive, man.
Yo.
You just plain out retarded. nothing that's headed the way America is not going to withstand for too much longer, and it's evident. You would think it is that it's evident, but you know, people are all caught up into, you know, the folly of this world, and you know, America, you know, telling them it's gonna be okay, giving them a pat on the back, you know, and just totally spoon feeding or force feeding these people what they want them to know, and putting that out in the forefront.
God. I have a little article right here. It says the government shutdown impact by state. Now I'm gonna get up. Hopefully you guys can see it. You see right there? That's the United States of America. And all the blue states are the least affected by the government shutdown. And all the red states right here you see are heavily affected by the shutdown. Oh, zoom in on it?
You know, you little pitch screen thing, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah, there you go. See that?
Yeah, you
Got different parts across America, man. What was that? Alabama, Georgia, Florida, a little bit of Texas, and so on, man. Alaska. So yeah, man, the shutdown is real, man. This collapse is about to happen real soon.
That's right.
You know, that's all part of prophecy. But I'm gonna read on it. It says the government shutdown is hitting these U.S. states the hardest. Then it says, as the U.S. enters day 14, which is today is January what? 4th. Of the government shutdown, states across the country are feeling the economic effects because once again it's about to be an economic collapse. You know, the impasse largely caused by President Trump's demand for border wall funding and how much he's asking about what, $5 billion or 5 million, something like that.
Yeah, $5 billion.
Yeah, $5 billion. Like, nigga, you know you can't do that, man. You know, you in debt. You know.
hey, brother, I got something real quick.
God.
Literally popped up. It's 6:35. This article came out 6:28. It says 3 have died in accidents in national parks since shutdown began.
Damn.
The parks were closed during previous extended shutdowns. It says the deaths follow a decision by Trump administration officials. They're blaming President Trump division.
Right.
All right, to leave the scenic parks open, even as Interior Department has halted most of its operations during previous extended shutdowns. The National Park Service barred access to its sites across the nation. This is a developing story that we'll continue to update. Yeah. 3 people that been willy-nilly, probably being idiots,
Right.
but they're blaming their deaths on Trump because of the shutdown.
Exactly.
You got it, brother.
And I had another article too that I went in earlier. It talks about the effects of what you say, the national parks or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it brought that up too, and there it is coming to pass.
That's crazy, man. The Lord is bad, man.
Yeah, the Lord is bad, man. But I'm gonna continue. It says the impasse largely caused by President Trump's demand for border wall funding is the 21st time the government has shut down, the longest shutdown since 1976, lasted in 21 days in December 1995. And you know, as this continues, man, it's gonna break history. It's gonna make history. You know, and we can see the effects. People are already going crazy. So hey, man, may the Lord keep it up, man.
That's right.
He's gonna show His power, man.
That Daniel 12:1 is really about to start coming to pass. We are in that Daniel 12:1 prophecy right now, in the inception of it. We're about to see some times that ain't nobody ever seen ever. You got it, bro.
And y'all can't jump around it, man. We've been warning y'all. We've been warning y'all, man. And the Lord's gonna make it known. But hey, that's all I had right there. I have one more article if y'all didn't have no precepts on anything.
You got a precept?
I got some.
Get your precept.
Because, you know, we saying this and we bringing it out on this devil, but how this devil just got you people in the trick bag is amazing. Because they looking at gas 189, the lowest I've seen 189 on Panola Road. And then you looking at the unemployment rate is the lowest it's been since 2009, okay, in 10 years. So they're thinking that this place is in good standing, okay? but let's see what the scriptures say.
That's right, brother.
This is 2 Esdras 16 and verse 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth,
There you go.
that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion."
Man, that's a bad scripture.
Man, hey, is that not what's going on right now? You got you idiots rocked to sleep with this low gas price. You idiots have a job, you know, that you probably couldn't get back in '09 because the unemployment rate was so high, you know. And that's how, you know, it just man, hey, lullabying these people to sleep, man.
Come on.
Verse 22, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." Okay, so if you get past this famine stage, hey, it's something else waiting on the other end for you, man. All right, that you're not gonna be able to escape.
Get that in Amos.
Yep.
Come on.
Amos, what that is?
Like
9. Yep. So so yeah, man, keep thinking that you gonna keep playing with the Lord. You know, you think you be done escape the famine, and then goddamn thermonuclear missile hit your ass. All right.
Romans 8, Amos 8 and 11.
8 and 11.
Come on, I got it right here for you.
Okay, bro.
This is Romans 8 and verse 8.
Amos, Salaki.
Yeah.
Oh, Salaki too.
I said Romans too.
Yeah.
But
Amen.
This is Amos 8 and verse 11.
Mhm.
"Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power,
Yep.
that I will send a famine in the land,
Yep.
not a famine of..."
I want a different one, but read that because you did say
Right.
it's going to be a famine, but we know this is the famine of a word.
Yeah.
I wanted the other one
That one you, I think.
where a
That's
bear beat you. But go ahead, brother.
Amos 3.
Amos 3, the what?
Come, this is Amos 8 and 11.
Mhm.
"Behold, the days come, saith the Lord power,
Yeah.
that I will send a famine in the land,
Yep.
not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord."
Yeah, and that's, you know, we here to bring it out on this devil, but it's gonna come a time when that's gonna come to a halt as well. Okay, the Lord is gonna pull his men from the public eye. Okay, and at that time you're gonna be looking, you know, like, you know, what those guys that was telling us about, you know, this RFID chip. What are the guys that were telling us that pestilence and famine is coming to America? You know, where they at? But it's gonna be a time where that shall cease too. All right, we're not gonna be on YouTube, you know, doing a live sit down, you know, Friday evening at 6, when all hell breaking loose outside, man. No, it's gonna be that famine, physically of food and of this word, man.
Come on.
All right,
I got that.
you got that.
This is Amos 5 and 19. It says, Salakia 5 and 18. "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Yep.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light,
Mhm.
as if a man did flee from a lion,
Yep.
and a bear met him,
Yep.
or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him."
Yeah, so he escaped that lion, okay, which it says if you escape that famine, all right, and where he went and laid his hand upon the wall and a serpent bit him, that's that goddamn, that's that Salakia, that sword, man.
Mm-hmm.
So if you escape that famine, okay, which it says in Amos 8, you escape that lion and then go into and reread it, Salakia.
Come on.
I want to
Amos 5 and 19, it says, "As if a man did flee from a lion,
flee from a lion, so you missed the famine. Go ahead.
and a bear met him,
Mm-hmm.
or went into a house
Yep.
and leaned his hand on a wall."
You relax. Whew, boy, that lion almost got me. That famine I almost didn't eat yesterday. I made it. Go ahead.
And a serpent bit him.
And a serpent bit him. That's when that fire gonna come strike your ass. You think you done escaped, you done been a nigga this whole time,
Mm-hmm.
just because the Lord ain't touch you in that famine. All right, he got something else, man, that he's gonna come back with. All right, which are those thermonuclear missiles and those chariots, man, spin hot fire like Dialon. All right,
Gonna look up. It's gonna have his present name and his past life's names on that missile, man.
Right.
But yeah, that goes back to the Lord sending plagues upon the earth too.
I
You
got a
can't.
super quick one for you.
Oh
Go
yeah.
ahead, brother.
Yeah. You can't jump around what the Lord has for you, man. You know, I got a quick one also too.
Come on, let me bring this out real
Okay.
quick. It says Joel 2 and 3, because the brother said they got that missile. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing.
So it's saying nothing shall escape the missile. So yeah, okay, cool. Even so, if you dodge that serpent, well, guess what, God dang it? Now you got a Leviathan coming after you.
Right.
Which is a missile.
Exactly.
Okay? And it says nothing shall escape them. And also, in the same chapter, when you go down to verse 11, it says, who shall abide in the day of the Lord? Who shall abide it? Who's going to stand? Nobody. You literally have to get delivered. Let me say this too. Okay? Let me say this too. All right? You got to catch on. All right? It says, matter of fact, I'll read it, Joel 2 and 11, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word, for the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? That's a rhetorical question. Nobody can abide it. Guess what? The elect 144 are not going to abide it. They can't abide it. But they're going to get delivered from it.
That's right.
So they don't even have the chance to try to abide it.
That's right.
Literally nobody is going to able to withstand the wrath of the Lord when it comes. Okay? The Lord is going to save the elect 144 so they don't have to abide it.
That's right.
But everybody else is going to have to attempt to abide that. And it says right here, who can abide it? Nobody. It's rhetorical.
Nada.
Okay? So go ahead, Zachary.
You know, and once again, that goes back to part of the pledge too. The second Ezra 16 and 37. Behold, the pledge draweth nigh, and are not slack. So it's gonna keep coming, and it's gonna come harder and harder and harder. You know, the Lord got his eyes on you wicked Israelites, man.
That's right.
Just like he got his eyes on his righteous. You know, he's gonna bring salvation towards us, man. We're gonna get up out of here. We're gonna get delivered, Lord willing, man. To where are those men? But for you wicked Israelites out there, man, you can't get away from it. The Lord's gonna keep sending things your way. More Jacob's trouble, famine, animals, you know. But that's all I had on that.
I got something for you, Rock. This is Zechariah chapter 8 and 23. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nation, and even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew. All right?
Yep.
Saying, because who's we the Israelites.
That's right.
You know, there's a 12 tribe sign over there. Matter of fact, it's behind the Gadite chiefs, man. I think so. If you can find it. There you go.
I got you.
There you go. Go ahead, hold that up. All right. It says they should take the skirt of that's a Jew. Okay. Of course, the word Jew is short for the word Judah. All right. So Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, you know, Issachar, on down, man. They're going to try to take Reuben, and Asher. They're going to try to take hold of the skirts of those men, because in each prospective camp throughout the four corners, there's a tribe, there's at least one of each.
Right.
In every camp. You know, me, myself, I believe in the spirit that I'm a Gadite. All right? There's brothers in my camp who were Judites and Reubenites. All right? There's other brothers who were Ephraimites and Issacharites. All right? They're going to try to take hold of them, the Israelites,
right.
saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahweh is with you.
That's right. And that goes back to what I was saying, man. Once you see these things coming to pass, that we've been, pushing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, starting with the apostle and elders GMS. Hey, when that famine that the brothers spoke about, you're going to be wishing that you could just cleave onto a man of the Lord in that day. All right? Not just women, it's going to be some of you niggas too. Well, it is going to be niggas. Or males, should I say. It's not going to be all women. All right? Because, as the brother was saying, it's only for a select few men. So if you're not a part of that number, all right, you're gonna have to cleave on to someone that is a part of that number.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I may say, I'm on the brother Bishop Atazawon's page, and he had just did a video, and the title of it is
Watch
the
it.
value of men.
Mm-hmm.
The value of the men of the Lord is about to skyrocket.
Yep.
It's about to go up.
Yep.
That we're gonna get, Lord willing, we be those men because we call ourselves the hopeful elect. We are going to get very valuable,
That's right.
very, very valuable,
Mm-hmm.
to where people says we have to acquire that.
Yep.
We have to get a hold of that very valuable thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and the thing that's gonna be what's making us value is the spirit.
That's right.
You know?
Because when something is not in abundance and it's like a rare or a
Scarce.
scarcity of things,
Mm-hmm.
that makes the value of it shoot through the roof.
That's right.
Okay, if let's say they only make 2 or 3 type of this particular car, all right, but it's in high demand. It's only 2 or 3 of them. Man, they can price that damn car at whatever the hell they want to price it at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the people are gonna buy it, man, because that's a scarce a resource, man, and that's gonna be the equivalent that we are, you know, in those days, man. And I watched the video that the Bishop of Tolman did, man. It was a beautiful video, and it was right on point. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So keep playing around with this thing, you know, fanning your hand and just talking shit. We'll see.
That's right.
Like it says in Ezekiel 33, whether you hear or forbear,
Mm-hmm.
all right, when these things come to pass, then will you know a prophet have been among you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Anybody had precept?
You got it. Y'all ain't had nothing else?
No, I ain't.
Come on. You got that article still?
Yeah, I got that about
That goes into the division?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get that.
About the
We're gonna jump back on topic to the division of this
Kinda.
place, how
That's right.
everything's separated.
But yeah, this is from Time Magazine, and it's been updated 8 hours ago, which is today. Then it says, here are some unexpected effects of the government shutdown. Then if you go deep into it, Salakia. It says, as partial government shutdown approaches the 2-week mark, thousands of federal employees and millions more Americans are feeling the effects, while many government functions, including the military, the Postal Service, the Department of Veterans Affairs, and entitlement programs are still operating. A quarter of the government lacks funding. This means about 800,000 federal workers across the country are affected, either required to stay home without pay or forced to work without pay during the shutdown.
That goes for the military too. Because me personally, you know, I know somebody who was in there, and I think it was back in like 2011, 2012, something like that. The government had shut down, and he still had to work. He still had to work. He still had to do his duties as whatever position he had in whatever branch. I'm not going to name specifics. He still had to do it, even though he wasn't getting paid. You know, you got it, bro.
Now I'm gonna continue. It says Americans are likely to notice the shutdown's consequences across the variety of areas, which I showed you the picture of the United States. You know, it was in multiple states. You know, this government shutdown is affecting pretty much down there every state. You know, then it says here are some of the most noble effects. It has so like it said the IRS. Basic services for Native Americans, the Violence Against Women Act, a lawsuit against Trump, government loans and grants, national parks, it says national museums, national zoo and panda cam, whatever that is. It says DC marriage license, and so on, man. The list continues. So it's affecting all these big programs, man. These different museums and national parks. And as the shutdown continues, it's going to just get worse. You know, we're going to start seeing people just bug out.
Yeah, Trump said it's going to last months or years.
Yeah.
He just came out and said that. Like, it's going to last This guy, he's like, I don't care. Until I get my wall built, this government shutdown's gonna last months to years. He don't care. Hey, Trump, he gonna bring it home for you Americans, man.
That's right.
He gonna bring it home. You know?
He's gonna make America great. That's what y'all wanted, man.
No. You got free stuff?
Yeah, I got some.
We'll close out on this.
Because we're going into how this place is gonna be divided, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we seeing it now with the government, but when it trickles down to the citizens, that's gonna be a division as well.
Mm-hmm.
More bites with more bites, because it's natural. Abba likes to bring this up. The brother Abba Abajam here in the Genesis 11 account. He likes to say, when you go in a room, you naturally gravitate towards your own. You walk into a room, you see a so-called black man sitting here, you see a Gook or Elamite, who the hell you gonna sit next to? That's a no-brainer, okay? So when it comes down to these race riots and nation against nation, all right, we're gonna see. I have a lot of black friends. I love black people. We gonna see.
They were terrorists, goddamn.
Yeah, exactly. Those black people that you thought were your friend, they was Edomites just like you. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 13 and 15. It says, every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. That's division. Okay? It says, verse 17, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? That's a rhetorical question. None. A lamb is wolf food, man. So that's division. You have no business, trying to build what we as a nation with these other nations, man. But and to tie it into the lesson, that's division. So when it trickles down to the people, from the government to the people, and all hell is breaking loose out here, we're gonna see another part of division, man. What fellowship have wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly? What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? All right. So that's simple division, man. Contrary to popular belief, everybody think the Lord is a unisense. He like to bring everybody together, and whosoever call upon his name shall be saved. John 3:16. All this crazy madness, man. These people don't read the scriptures. The Lord is a separatist, man.
That's right.
And we're seeing it through this government shutdown, through all these Republicans, all these politicians bumping heads over these particular topics when they're supposed to be on one accord. Okay?
God.
That's all I have on the precept.
You got any closing remarks, Carter?
Well, one thing, man. Hey, keep for the icon, keep your eyes open, man. Because the prophecy's coming to pass, and we almost up out of here, man. And that's all.
Come on. So that's the division of Satan, man. Lord willing, y'all are edifying. I say this too. The work here in America is going to cease, but the minute of the Lord's work, we still got work to do. The Lord, we're ministers. We call ourselves ministers. What's the word minister means? To serve or be of service. We're officers. Okay? We are to conduct duty and services. That's what the word officer means. Okay? So we still have things to do. Even when, Lord willing, we get beamed up and abducted out of this place, we will still have work to do. Prophecies are forever going. Okay? The work will stop here in America, carnally, but we still got work to do.
That's
right. All right? That's why the scriptures say work, labor in order to enter into your rest.
That's right.
Hebrews 4:11. Okay? So, that was Satan against Satan in a nutshell, Satan's division. Get ready. This is the year of Charagma, which y'all brothers should know what it means. We almost out of here. Like the brother Zachariah said, keep your eyes open. Stay in the spirit of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Okay? And keep watching and see what's going on, man.
That's
so we want to give our glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Ruach
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Shalom.
Shalom.
You press that button.